I stopped here at Walmart to make this video talking about Carnivore, and this parking lot is completely packed full of people right now doing Christmas shopping. I would say that there is at least 500 plus cars in this parking lot in front of the Walmart here. It is crazy. It took me forever to find this parking spot to make a video here. Where people get the money, I don't know. But anyway, this video might make some people mad, might get some negative comments, and I don't mean it that way. I'm not meaning it that way at all. Carnivore, from all my research and from just common sense, definitely would have a lot of health benefits, especially short term, to try to figure out and try to straighten out, certain medical issues. Great for that, in my opinion. Lots of data, lots of people that have done this, that have seen extremely beneficial benefits. But it seems like now the whole carnivore thing has turned into kind of a religion. A lot of people seem to think that for every medical issue, everything in your life, a carnivore diet will fix it. I get all kinds of emails telling me to go carnivore, and I eat mostly carnivore, but I still have issues. And it's not a complete, permanent, instant fix for everything. But people seem to think that it is. If you are experiencing inflammation from the things you're eating, if you have trouble with your blood sugar spiking, going up and down, definitely can be a big help. But you really need to eat just beef and eggs all the time. Do you need to eat beef and eggs with a vegetable every now and again? It's a good possibility. But it seems like now, like I said, it's like a religion. And people like to preach their religion of carnivore. I'm not saying it is a religion, but it seems to be heading that way. If you have a broken rib, go carnivore. If you have your leg taken off, go carnivore. Whatever happens, people says carnivore will fix it. Doesn't matter what it is. And it does help a lot of things, not saying that, like I said. But people seem to think that it's like a god, that it can fix anything. Any problem you have, any issues you have, carnivore will fix it. And like I said, short term, I think I said this anyway, if you do it a month, 2 months, it can definitely straighten out some issues. But can most people do this permanently? Most people can't. For most people, just eating beef every single day, beef and eggs and bacon, sounds good for a while. But if you do this every single day for the rest of your life, most people aren't going to keep it up. They're not going to do it. So there needs to be kind of a mix, in my opinion, of meat, mostly meat and eggs, because it definitely has proven benefits, especially when it comes to blood sugar issues, which have a lot of effects on your health in general, inflammation in general, keeping that blood sugar level. But most people can't do this forever. It's not realistic for most people. A few people can. But most people, a month, 2 months, that's about it. Then they're going to go back on a crappy ass diet after that. So, and a crappy diet, I mean carbohydrates, processed foods. So if you can cut out all these processed foods, like anything that's in boxes, like Cheerios and crap like that, donuts and cakes and anything, what you can buy in the middle of the store pretty much, it's not going to be good for your health. But if you can eat, beef and eggs, bacon, butter, lard, but if you can also add in there vegetables, some fruit every now and again, it's going to definitely be able to, you're going to definitely be able to do that longer, and it's going to be more sustainable. If you just try to go strict carnivore all the time, forever, you're not going to make it, more than likely. Very few people can. You may see people here on YouTube saying they went complete carnivore, been carnivore for 3 or 4 years. Maybe they have. Most likely they haven't. Most likely they've had cheat days and slip-up days. And that might be a good thing, because that way you, every few months, have a cheat day. That way you can get rid of some of the boredom, but as long as you don't keep doing it. Because like I said, every day the same thing, every day, same thing, every day, it'd get boring, man. It really, truly would. And I just can't do that every single day, all the time. And it's not going to fix everything. It's not going to fix everything. If you have, you know, a broken finger, go carnivore. If you have a bad marriage, go carnivore. It doesn't make any sense. A lot of these people know with some of the stuff they come up with. I'm using that just for be hyperbolic. But it seems like any medical issue whatsoever at all, go carnivore. If you have a cold, if you catch the flu, go carnivore. Whatever, carnivore is going to fix it. Broken leg, carnivore. Brain aneurysm, carnivore. Everything seems to go right back to carnivore. I used to watch Dr. Ken Berry quite a bit. And it seems like now I don't watch him very much anymore, because every issue, every video, carnivore, carnivore, carnivore is going to fix it. He's a medical doctor, and he knows more than I do, I guarantee it, about medical issues. But it seems like that he's a one-trick pony now, unfortunately. It doesn't make any sense. It really don't. I mean, he could be completely correct, and he might be. If you go carnivore all the time, and he probably is, if you could do it all the time, it probably would improve your health and keep it improved. And you'd have a better life as far as your health goes and weight goes and blood sugar goes if you did do carnivore all the time. But like I said, most people aren't going to be able to do carnivore all the time. And it's not the answer for everything. And if you're making videos about health, you need to talk to people and give recommendations sometimes that he has in his older videos that isn't always carnivore. Everything carnivore. Whatever's happening to you, whatever health issue, carnivore. And, you know, like if you have, like I said, blood sugar issues, a vegetable's not going to hurt. Eating a vegetable. Eating some green beans isn't going to hurt. Mostly carnivore is good, but if you can mix that up, you know, if you have that steak with some green beans and stuff like that, that's going to make it more palatable, especially over time. If you just have a steak every day, or a hamburger patty every day, that's not going to be sustainable. It's not going to be for me anyway. I'm sure most of you people feel the same way. But like I said, I'd say Ken Berry is definitely right and correct that you could do this all the time. Eat meat, mainly beef, eggs, butter, bacon. You'd probably be more healthy, most likely. I'd say he's correct about that. But like I said, it's not the answer for everything for everyone. And there needs to be different alternatives presented. But it seems like that the carnivore thing is turning into a religion, like I said. It's like anything that happens, no matter what, carnivore. And different people have different needs, different people. You know, if you have a family, it's going to be more difficult to go carnivore all the time, because you're there and you got kids. Your kid's not going to want to eat that steak every day. They're going to want something else. You need to figure out what they want that's different to keep their diet variable, where they don't get bored with it and will actually keep eating this, and you can change things out over just a carnivore diet, you know, in my opinion. But if you have kids, like I said, if you have a wife, you have a husband that doesn't want to go along with this, they're going to be eating other stuff, and you're going to be eating this all the time. You're going to have to do separate shopping and everything like that. It can be done, but it's going to be more complicated. It's going to cause more stress. If you live by yourself and you're dedicated to this, you can do this, and it will probably improve your health. No doubt that it probably will if you can keep it up. But that is the big question right there, whether or not you can keep this up indefinitely. And most people can't. But if you look at it like it's a religion of some kind, I guess, you probably could, because that's your faith now. That's what you base your whole life on, is carnivore. And you can probably do that. You might be able to stick with it because it has spiritual aspects to it, I guess, at that point. But most people can't. Most people can't go carnivore the rest of their life. Just like, you know, someone 20 years old. Can you imagine being 20-something years old going carnivore and you do this for the rest of your life and you live to be 100, you've ate steak every day for the last 70 years. I mean, steak and hamburgers every day for the last 70 years. You get up, you fix eggs, bacon in the morning for breakfast. Your other meal, or you just eat one meal a day, and that is hamburger meat that's ground up with some eggs put into that and some spices put into that. Or steak, you know, or hamburger patties fried up. Every single day, the rest of your life, for 70 years. If you're like in your 20s and starting this. Even if you're like my age, you know, it's not sustainable usually, because, you know, if you live 30 more years, then you're going to be on, like me, every day, 30 years straight, carnivore. I don't think it's sustainable for the vast majority of people. I could be totally wrong about this. Like I said, totally wrong. And I think definitely if you did it, if you could do it all the time, permanently, it definitely would improve your health. But most people can't do it all the time. And how much would it improve your health? Overeating, you know, mostly carnivore with some vegetables thrown in there and maybe some fruit every now and again, would that destroy your health? I don't think so, but it'd make it a lot more sustainable. Anyway, don't you think in the comments below, give me your thoughts, give the video a thumbs up. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video, hopefully.